A woman's loyalty is for lease. You hear me? Dr. Umar style. A woman's loyalty is for lease. I'm going to say it again. A woman's loyalty is for lease. You take this young woman here with all of this ideas she have in her head after 25, 26, 28 years of living in her own head with trauma coming in. This is what you're signing up for. The more life they live gives them more room to be traumatized, especially when you get into what we get to point number 3, promiscuity, where this past will come back to affect you. Her past matters because she mentioned it, her trauma. She said that, her trauma. That means that's her past. Well, if that's the case, she's bringing that into your relationship. The past men who hurt her, who threatened her, who abused her, who over-sexualized her, who took advantage, that past is going to come up, which means in effect, if she does submit to you, it's going to be temporary, which means in effect, a woman's loyalty is for lease. Even if you're married to her for 12 years, you're leasing her loyalty. They have something they used to say back in the day. What have you done for me lately? Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, yeah. Okay. A woman's loyalty is for lease. Now, you're going to hear the internet start saying this because I haven't heard anybody say this. I'm pretty sure somebody has. But yes, her loyalty is for lease. What you've done for her today matters. What you did for her yesterday does not matter. Okay. It doesn't matter. Trust me. I've been with many women. And I've been with women and the shit was good until it wasn't. It was gravy until it wasn't. You told her yes, 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 yes. When you start telling her no, 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 watch how much resistance she puts up. She's going to put up a ton of resistance. Then it ain't going to be so easy. Now, if you ain't blowing her back out or hitting that bottom, she going to dip. She going to dip. But if you blowing that back out, she'll keep letting you blow that back out and keep coming and saying, I'll be good. And then once you finish blowing that back out, she's going to switch up on you because you're telling her, no, 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 no. You're not making it easy anymore. And the less easier you make it, the more likely the lease is over. So the loyalty was on lease. Her submission was on lease. Her happiness was on lease.
Has the modern dating landscape confused you? Have many of the standards that you heard, you're kind of tired of hearing about, and you're wondering, what does it all mean? Well, look no further. Join us talking about the monetized dating marketplace right now on Locals, and it is CoachGregAdams.locals.com. You can create a free account to join the conversation between the Coach Gang members, but also on Sunday, we do a live stream demonstrating all aspects of the monetized dating marketplace. And coming soon in 2025, you're going to have access to a sample of the monetized dating marketplace course where you can get information related to how to participate in the monetized dating marketplace and or how to understand it so you're not out here spinning your wheels trying to figure out how you're going to best deal with the monetized dating marketplace. Listen, everything and every aspect of dating is monetized. We just want to relieve the frustration that you might have about it. So the best way to do it is make a free account right there on Locals, CoachGregAdams.locals.com. You can get access to those live streams, but create a free account. Just join the conversation. I am the only one covering this conversation from this point of view. And yes, I am ahead of my time. Get ahead of the information before you're priced out.
That's what it was. So a woman's loyalty is always for lease. If she senses that you're not loyal, don't think she's going to be loyal either. That's going to get to point number 3. But if these men, there's some dudes out there that have, and she even mentioned it. She even mentioned it where she's like, oh, these dudes think they can just be out here telling, me this biological science that men want to spread their seed. She said, nah, man, if that's what you're going to do, I'm going to do it too. Okay, so the women know the streets are always available, which means in effect, there are some women back in time that had no other choice. She had to let grandpa go out there and do what he wanted to do. Go get busy, go to the juke joint, go to the flapper joint, go to the titty bar after work and not come home. Those days are over. Those days are over. You do that, you're going to find your wife getting her inside guts rearranged. Guts rearranged. And then she'll be having a baby that you don't even know is another man's baby. I was watching a thing yesterday. It was a real life true crime about a guy that went over to the Philippines, and he went over there with his big money, and he married up a 17-year-old Filipina chick and gave it about 5 or 6 years. He put her on allowance. Her whole family was like, oh, she thinks she rich, and she was getting $1,000 a month. And guess what? He was over there he was still going to the bar girls. He was still going to Angela City to fuck with them. Well, I won't even say it, but he was still going to Angela City, and he had a little trap house where he would go, and he had a pool, and he had bring in the girls from the bars, and he would still fold them up. Once the wife saw that, her loyalty was on Lease. The lease was over. No more loyalty. It doesn't matter that he has the money. So even if you have the money, today's women are not going to stay loyal if you're not loyal. Now, she might for a bit, but at some particular point, the lease is going to end. The lease was going to end. And guess what happened? She started messing with a dude that was lesser, was basically a security guard. The man made as much money as the woman was getting an allowance, and the guy ended up shooting the rich guy. Okay, the golden goose. They ended up killing the golden goose because he was not worth anything anymore. So her loyalty was for Lease. But in the modern woman, they don't see them as sexually, the things we say. Women should be loyal, and women back in the day were loyal. Well, because they had to be. Not today. They don't have to be. They're just a different version of woman. They're just a different version of woman. So the old days where you could just take the money and dominate over them is gone, because a lot of other dudes will take that same money and attract your woman, or he'll take that same attention or energy and attract a woman, where you just giving her money and then not being loyal to her. She'll be like, okay, two can play that game. Now, you might not think that that's a good thing, but I'm just telling you, that's how they think. Like, this is a new day. Yes, it is. All right, let me show you one more thing here in terms of this right here. A woman's loyalty is for Lease. Okay, let me show you this right here. Let me see if this is the one here. Okay. By the way, just look at your own dating pattern and see how many people you've actually dated on and off, and then that'll be the end of that. Most of you guys have had multiple men and women in your life, so I don't know why you're disagreeing with me. This woman says, the first good man you meet after a toxic relationship is not your man. It says he's just the first man who shows you what healthy looks like. Okay, so we got a Pookie, we got an alpha widow, we got Pookie's girlfriend, who we all know Pookie is almost always the first man that they date, especially black women and Latinas and some dark Filipinas, right? Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodian, Philippines. They're often always going to meet a Pookie. Maybe their first boyfriend might be a square, but after that, once they start having sex and promiscuity and they go nightclubs and bars and high school and college parties, Pookie going to rearrange their guts either first, second, or third. Okay, and so then they become alpha widowed. All right, alpha widowed after that. And then they have a different dating strategy after that. So let me play this clip here. And it says, here we go.
Really the bare minimum. And you're going to be like, oh my God, the love of my life.
Sorry, I have to refresh the screen here. All right, here we go.
The bare minimum. And you're going to be like, oh my God, the love of my life. This is not the love of your life. After a cycle of dating toxic men, or maybe you were the toxic one, you are going to date a really nice guy. He is going to be so good to you. That is not your man. This is the first guy that has given you the bare minimum treatment. This is the first guy who has showed you what the foundation of dating someone should look like. Kindness, thinking of the other person, opening doors for you, literally the bare minimum. And you're going to be like, oh my God, the love of my life. This is not the love of your life. This is just a dude. I understand, because that happened to me. It's happened to a lot of my friends. It's that first healthy relationship that you get into after a cycle of toxic ones. This is your opportunity to take a step back And instead of attaching yourself to this human being because they're giving you the bare minimum, you need to understand what it is that you actually want in a relationship, in a partner. You need to understand if you are the person that you want to be with yet. You have this idea that this person is the one for you because they're kind and nice, but that is the bare minimum. You should have more outside of just the kindness that they show you in the relationship to build a long-term relationship. That's not your man.
Okay, so you hear this. Remember, we're just using her own words. We're not going to be dismissive. We're going to break down what she's saying to give you an idea of how women think, because it's important to know women and understand them than it is to try to change them. Okay, trying to change them is not going to work. Or I'm going to just let you know. Now, you can find a needle in a haystack, but trying to change them is not going to work. They're going to change when they want to change. And when they change, it's going to be circumstantial, based on her circumstances. Like, number one, she'll be in toxic relationships and trauma. Then what she'll do is say, oh, this guy's nice, but he's giving me the bare minimum. He's below my standard just a bit. He's not rich. He ain't tall. He ain't athletic, muscular. He has a recessed chin. He's nice. What they'll do is they'll take their whore past and attach to you and make you do way more for her than any of these other niggies before. All of the other guys don't have to commit. They don't have to spend time. They don't have to make her laugh. They don't have to babysit her. They don't have to save her ass from the streets. They don't have to put up a program to keep her loyal. They get the fuck on her and poke on her and meet her in the middle of the night, and they get to continue to do that. And then you show up, and then she says what you're doing is the bare minimum, okay? But then she says even worse, which proves my point on number one, and even further from the things that I've tried to teach you, is that the first guy, the one she's saying caused her to be toxic, she's going to go back to them. She's going back to them. Listen to what she said. The nice guy is not your guy. He's a rebound. He's actually doing the bare minimum. You just don't see it. He's doing what the other guys did not. But they're not your guy. The nice guy is not your guy. Yeah, you might marry him. You might get into a relationship with him, but the motherfucking streets are going to become calling. She said the streets are going to be calling. So,
and that's you.
You were nice. You got married. You found out her loyalty is for Lease. Every day you got to work for her loyalty and love. Every day you got to make her happy. The minute she realizes that this ain't it, she's going back to Toxic Guy. Not only that, she ain't never left Toxic Guy. Let's just be honest. Toxic Guy, she's never left. What'll happen is she'll take a break from Toxic Guy. Shout out to Black Rum 313. Okay. What she'll do is she'll take a break. It could be a week break, 2-week break, a month break. It could be a year motherfucking break. It could be 3 years break, however long it takes for her to get her goal. But it's normally a short break. What'll happen is Toxic Guy will continue to run them guts. She'll be in a relationship with you. You think she's made a commitment. You think she's following you. Toxic Guy still hitting them guts. He might pay. He might not pay. Toxic Guy is still running all the way up her insides to her esophagus. It could be like she could be on a week. She could be loyal for a week, 2 weeks, a month, a year. But don't think that loyalty is going to be permanent. The minute you stop working for it, and I didn't say it, she said it. The minute you realize that her loyalty is for Lease and you stop doing what have you done for me lately, or you stop paying attention to her, you stop trying to guide her, you stop giving her this, you start saying no instead of saying yes. She said it. Go back to the Toxic Guy. The nice guy is not it. That's not your guy. Now, she could do this for 5 years, 15 years, 20 years. There's no set time limit of how long she's going to do this. For instance, you could have a girlfriend, and she's still out there flirting at the bar. You could have a wife, and she still goes to girls' nights out. Why? She still likes that toxic love. Look at Love Island. Look at sex over love, sex over life. They're still going to be somewhat attracted to that. And you literally have to keep her from going to it. It's not like she doesn't want to go. She might not go out of respect. She's saying, I want to go. I want to go to them streets, but out of respect to my husband, based on the loyalty that I'm leasing him, I'm not going to go. Or she might say, yeah, based on the loyalty that I'm leasing to him, I'm still going to go. I'm still going to go. It's what it is. It's what it is. So she said the nice guy ain't your guy. He's just the first guy to show you nice treatment. Have you ever been this guy? Where she says, no guy has ever done anything nice to me. No guy has ever taken me out on a date like this. No guy has ever done X, Y, and Z. No guy has ever sent me flowers for Valentine's Day. You think she's going to be loyal to you for this? She will fuck Pookie the next day you sent her flowers. She might fuck Pookie the day. And we're saying Pookie, but it could be what she called the toxic guy. She will fuck toxic guy the same day you sent her flowers. The same night you took her out on the best date she possibly could be on. She'll fuck Pookie. She'll fuck that guy, toxic guy.